Alright, welcome back. Let's continue. I don't really got any evidence, but I'm afraid I don't have any evidence. As becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth isn't always pretty. Now accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your subordinate murdered her own mother. Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The judges have suffered enough. What a terrible and tragic conclusion. If there's no counter-argument, I see no need to further prolong this trial. Andrew's argument seems solid enough, but there's no way Athena could have done something like that. What can I do? There must be something, but I can't think of a single thing. Oh, hi. Prosecutor Blackquill. It's quite the farce you're conducting here. I could die from laughter. Prosecutor Blackquill, what are you talking about? What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. Could this be the miracle I need? But what is Prosecutor Blackquill trying to pull here? 7 years. For 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and don't think you can alter that fact now. Your baldness, I'll take to the stand. Won't take no for an answer. Of course, Prosecutor Blackquill. Please go ahead. "7 years ago. Went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intent of killing Dr. Sykes. When I got to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. Not be swayed from my purpose, so I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then I committed the act. Ah, how cathartic it was. The little Ponko who witnessed the victim falling. In other words...
Objection!
You don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened. Which would be... She fell means she fell. Merely that. Mother and child fooling around. Perhaps he tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Sykes to be seen. There was no dead body either, of course. Meaning she must have just left the room. The event occurred after the time period Ponko described in your testimony. You should really take stock on the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection!
How do you explain the fact that the defendant had the robot move something? Tina was always tinking with the robots on the operating table to amuse herself. And she always had Ponko move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Ponko moved the heavy robot for Athena. This is awful. What you're saying seems to make sense, and yet...
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackquill, are you trying even now to turn away from the truth? You don't realize we're keeping the dark age of the law to a close today.
Objection!
You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down into hell? Prosecutor Blackquill's execution is tomorrow. If the truth doesn't come out now, it's all over. You're saying the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder. That's right. Let's hear your verdict. If I don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across to the Styx. Don't you dare, Judge. Don't forget I have hostages over here. And you, Simon, how are you going to cover for her? Blackquill. Forgive me, Aurora. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. We agreed to this trial. If you can't argument, then present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor? Blackquill, you selfish... Well, to be frank, I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. Do it as a counter-argument. I'll announce my verdict. This is really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago? I want to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out here and go save him. No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? I can't prove Prosecutor Blackquill's innocence in this trial. I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. I can't let this happen. But I just have the evidence to kind of prosecute Blackquill's testimony. Oh, hi. How do you get in here? Athena, are you feeling okay? You can hear it. You can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something. If he really is, I sure could use Athena's help here. The power might just be the thing to get through this.
Objection!
Sykes, don't know. Maybe for you to chime in here, just accept that you're innocent.
Objection!
These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know. What are you talking about? Do you remember that horrible, horrible trial? Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. He started screaming that he didn't kill her. Even now, every time I stand in the courtroom, it comes back to haunt me. Not being heard, no matter how hard you try. Feeling so helpless. Kind of people stare, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vice. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out of that door even now. Yet, you found a way to keep your fears at bay and became a lawyer. Thanks. That's because one day, you're gonna realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. This day has finally come. A day I've been looking forward to with all my heart. When I became a lawyer, this is why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction. But, Miss Sykes, do you realize what it means? You're the accused, after all. If you prove the prosecutor Blackquill innocent, then... the only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what that truth is. Simon, please give me this chance. A chance to shake off the fear that's been with me for 7 years and to face the truth. He's being so brave, running her past like this. Might be the last chance to save them both. Prosecutor Blackquill, please testify once more time about the incident 7 years ago. Fine. The efforts will surely be in vain. But I'm not a man who can be cut down easily. Here we go, Simon. Let me hear the voice of your heart. Alright. You found Athena. Do not be swayed. Committed the act. Both of those are happy. The angry... okay, fine. The angry... okay. Why the happy, though? When you view your emotions alongside your testimony, you find an unexpected emotion. Wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here. I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright. I think maybe you're right. Let's take another look. Must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. I mean, I'd say the happy there is weird. Is the happy? Well, no, I guess if it's cathartic, it would be happy, huh? You were happy that Athena was there? This feeling of happiness. Even though the person you're looking for wasn't there, you felt happy. Why is that? Simple. When I was looking for Athena and hadn't found her yet, I grew worried. But I saw her in the robotics lab. I was happily relieved. Merely that. Wow. That was a lot, just for that. Just now, you said you went to the space center to kill Dr. Sykes. But the first thing you did was look for her daughter instead. I had no intention of harming Athena, so I wanted to confirm that she was safe first. Which is a part of my plan. Nothing contradictory about that. Trying to find an inconsistency, he cuts it down. Someone knows the principles of analytical psychology. There's less noise now, but I don't see any stabilities we can clutch onto. I was afraid of that. We'll have to keep chipping away at him bit by bit. Keep updated testimony, Athena. You got it, boss. I went to... okay. I found Athena in the robotics labs. You were relieved. Do not be swayed. You were sad about it? None of you can falsify your emotions, Prosecutor Blackquill. What? Instead that you killed Dr. Sykes in your testimony, you felt sadness. Why would someone who laid in wait to kill her be sad at her death? That's an obvious attack. Yet I felt sadness, but it wasn't for her. I felt sorry for Athena and her circumstances. You can't be talking about that. Kitty. I was just a convenient subject for research. Dr. Sykes was so intent on her research, she forced her daughter to undergo experiments. I did it was to save Athena. Her obsessive scientists who treated her own daughter like a research subject. What? Went to the ecology lab first. That's where I would usually find Athena playing. That day was different. I heard someone crying in the robotics lab next door. Athena being subjected to another experiment, I thought as I went to see. Conveniently, Athena had cried herself to sleep, so all I had to do was wait and kill. That's why she was relieved when he saw Athena. Is this story really true? I'm not sure how much to believe. Mr. Wright? How are you doing, Athena? Still hanging in there? Well, it's stronger than I look, boss. Now, take a look at this. The noise level actually increased. Oh. It went up. Never seen it do that before. Professor Blackquill is lying somewhere in his testimony. As a matter of fact, he's piling on lie on top of lie in an attempt to make his claims sound more believable. He's trying to even try to suppress his true feelings, and that's what's causing the noise. How in the world should I approach this? Either use evidence-based approach if I find a contradiction. Otherwise, I look for inconsistency in his emotions. There are no flaws in my testimony, and Isbald is prepared to give his verdict. Give up on this lost cause and let the law free me of these chains already.
Objection!
I don't think so, not while I'm around. Now, contradict testimony or inconsistent emotions. What should I tackle first? Let's look for the testimony. Okay, let's spin some evidence here. Got it, boss. But if you want to go back to looking for inconsistent emotions, just let me know. I can easily switch back. Okay. Crying from next door. Okay. I'll lead Athena out of there and press my luck Dr. Sykes came in. Using Athena over, so I had no choice but to kill my mentor. I'm not allowed to press, I just have to present, huh? Definite intensity statement, pins evidence to the contrary. Is there really a contradiction in his testimony, though? Mr. Wright? If we can't find any contradiction in his testimony, we could try looking for his emotions. Yeah, let's see his emotions. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll look for his emotions now. Coming right up. Heard crying. Open the door. These are all actually pretty okay, too. These are all actually pretty consistent. Well, worried would be sad, huh? The big shock. How odd. Why do you register surprised at opening the door to the lab? Yes. Alright, fine. I'll explain if I must. What surprised me was Bunko. That toy figure attacked me. Sykes knew full of my plan to rescue Athena. She couldn't then guard over her daughter 24 hours a day. Dr. Sykes had Bunko do it. That's right. She ordered Bunko to forcibly remove me on sight. So I slashed Bunko up with the katana that was there in the lab. Never could the old puppet wasn't worthy of that fine blade. Mr. Wright, it's happening again. There's even more noise now. It's 100% now. What's going on here? When we find an opening, he covers up with lies. Never get rid of the noise at this rate. It's weird to keep telling inherent lies like that. His mind and will are sharp as strong as a katana. Alright, what should I tackle first this time? I want to go back to testimony, actually. I think there might be a consistency, especially Blackwell's testimony. Alright, let's give it a thorough check then. Open the robotics door. He would have cut Bunko into pieces. And then Dr. Sykes came in and got murdered. I don't think so, though.
Objection!
Pounding lies with more lies is never the answer, Prosecutor Blackquill. Take a look at this photo. That's the photo of the supposed moment of the murder, isn't it? How many more times must I see that to damn me for my sin? The ironic thing is, I think this picture is actually going to be your savior now. See the blood stain at the end of Bunko's arm where it was severed with a katana. I hope you aren't claiming it's the robot's blood, Mr. Wright. No, most likely the blood was transferred there from the bloody katana. The katana already had blood on it, so then it must have been the victim's blood. That's right, but if that's the case, we find a glaring inconsistency. It's in your testimony that you cut up Bunko and then you killed Dr. Sykes. But in spite of that, the victim's blood is already on Bunko's arm in this picture. What? That couldn't be. Exactly. I wondered if the blood had been transferred from the sword to Bunko's arm. The victim must have been stabbed first before the robot was slashed. In other words, Prosecutor Blackquill, your entire testimony is nothing but one giant ball of lies. Ah! Tell the court the truth, Prosecutor Blackquill, now! You have no idea what you're doing. His voice, there's so much discord. I'm hearing not just one or two, but a bunch of vibrating motions here. It's hard to describe. It's like a violent whirlpool or something. Phoenix, Wright? You'll pay for this. Never have I been forced to reveal so much, but the rest I'll take to my grave. Prosecutor Blackquill, you're on the witness stand. You're obliged to tell the truth. Isn't the rule of the courtroom? These complex emotions, they seem to be flowing from one source. I think whatever he really saw that day is causing these feelings. They're all going crazy. Terrible scene. Before I could leave Athena out of there, just X came in. Yeah, you. You're looking at Athena, probably. You found Athena at the scene. She opened the door and saw Athena. You came overwhelmed by your emotions. Isn't that right, prosecutor? You should know better. And though it's pathetic, I admit I'm terrified to speak of it. Prosecutor Blackquill, Miss Sykes is innocent. I always believed that with all my heart. Now can't you find it within yourself to believe in me too? Athena is innocent. Can you honestly say that you believe that to be true? Right, Dono. I'll give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened that door. Curse you, Phoenix Wright! There's a tragedy. One I'll never forget. When I arrived at this lab, Dr. Sykes was already dead. He was lying on the operating table, while the bloody katana lay on the floor. And standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. She smiled with a far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said, "Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her." That's what I saw, and now you have it. The truth that you so desperately wanted.